Hey guys, Ray again. Today I'm showing you a corner of the shop you don't normally get to see. Right here is my Moriseki lathe, and what I'm doing is cutting gears. Today we're going to be talking about gears, and we're not just going to be talking about any gears because there are a ton of gears and different types and sizes. We're going to be talking about small little spur gears, like this one right here. If that looks small to you and maybe even a little bit familiar, I'm going to tell you why that looks familiar. These are the gears that I use in my gear spinner toys. That's right. You know, I've been making these for some time now. The sales have been great, so I'm going to keep making them until they diminish. But I need more gears. It's very simple. I got to have more gears. One of the issues that I have with these gears is that the gears themselves, while all the other materials are of a non-corrosive nature, the gears are steel. And the reason the gears are steel is because that's all I could find. In all of the United States, these gears are only available in steel. And that's when you can get them. When I purchased the gear rod, which is what this is the remaining piece of the gear rod, for these gears, I purchased all that was remaining in stock. So to have any more made, I'd have to wait 3 to 4 months. Yeah. So I decided that instead of having more steel ones made, I would have them made out of stainless steel. And guess what? Nobody in the United States wanted to manufacture this gear rod, which comes like this. As you can see, this is a 3-foot section, in stainless steel, except one company. I found one company that was willing to make this for me out of stainless steel, and it took 3 months to have it made, and it was custom made just for me because no one ever orders this out of stainless steel. So I am making gears out of stainless steel now for my toys. Now, as you can imagine, stainless steel is more expensive than steel, but you just don't know how much. To give you an idea, I ordered 4 12-foot lengths, that's 48 feet of stainless steel gear rod. As you can see right here in this tube, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6-foot lengths. This is a 3-foot length. I took one of those 6-foot lengths, cut it in half. Here's one half. The other half is in the machine. I'm going to get you a close-up look of that. So there you have the gear rod. And you can see it's the same as this gear rod. The tool that cuts this gear rod off is as wide. You'll see it right here. Here's the tool, and I'll show you. That tool is as wide as the gear itself, which means that for every gear I get from the gear blank, I waste the same amount of material in chips. I'll show you at the bottom of the lathe here. Those are the chips. As you can see, there are quite a few. So for every gear I make, I end up with an equal amount of material that is wasted as chips. Here you can actually get a better look. There we are. So you can see here, this is a gear, the width of a gear. Here's a gear. And next to it is the width of the tool. So for every gear I get, I lose 50% of the material. That means that from every inch, I lose half an inch. So that 48 feet of stainless steel gear rod, I had to pay $4,000 to have it specially made for me. Only one company in the United States wanted to make it, and it took 3 months to have it made. So, as you can see, if you are one of those customers waiting for one of my toys, of which there is a very long list, this is what's been taking so long, getting this made in stainless steel, because you guys wanted stainless steel, and I found a way to get it to you. Now, you're probably wondering, well, you have a machine shop. Why don't you just make your own gears? As a matter of fact, I do have a machine shop, and I do make gears. For example, like this. As you can see, this is several times bigger than these. Our gear hob, and I'm going to put a picture, I'll put a little snippet of a video. What we have here is a Barbara Coleman gear hob. It cuts gears. It cuts all kinds of gears. Spur gears, helical gears, you name it, it will cut it. So we can cut gears, that's not a problem. The issue is cutting little tiny gears like this. So these gears are not cut, they're actually formed. I'm going to show you a close-up of the end and you can see how the metal has been actually formed. So here is the end of the blank that I have to end up holding on to when we cut it. So that's the cut end, and you can see from the opposite end how it's been mushroomed. So when this was being formed, the material was actually being pulled, and you can see how it's been mushroomed. So the teeth, as you can see there, are butter smooth. Very, very, very smooth. And you can see how the metal has been actually formed, which gives you a perfect size of the tooth and shape, geometry of the tooth, of the gear, and it gives you a completely smooth surface. This is a very smooth surface. I'm going to show you a close-up of the finished surface of this gear to show you what it looks like when it's cut. Here we have that gear blank before, and you may be able to see all those little vibration marks in the edges of the, there we go, in the edges of the teeth. Now alone, those are not bad, but when you're talking about gears that are this size, well, that is a lot of vibration. You can see the difference in gear size between these two. Again, here it is in plastic. In plastic, you may not be able, black plastic, you may not be able to see the chatter marks that, as I can see it with the naked eye. But there are chatter marks inside there. Cutting produces a little bit of vibration, and it causes that vibration to transfer into the surface of the gears, so they're not as smooth. These gears are very smooth. They are butter smooth. You can see why I don't want to cut gears of this size. Difficult to do on the machine and very, very expensive. So even though I spent $4,000 having this custom made, it is still less expensive than if I tried to make it here in the shop. So it was a no-brainer. So all of this energy and time and effort and expense just to make the gears for these little toys. Just to make those gears. So to sum it up, this stuff is expensive to buy. It is labor intensive to produce, from gear rods to actual usable gears like this, and they still need more work because they need to be deburred. And I lose 50% of my investment in material at the bottom of the machine. You might ask yourself, why would anybody do this? And honestly, I'm not even sure why, except that I had an idea. I had an idea to make something like this. I made it, and everybody went crazy for it. So now that there's a demand, I have to keep making them. And you know what? It's fun. It's not economical, but it is fun. I do enjoy it. And I also enjoy when people get these in their hands and they tell me, they send me messages, they tell me all the time, they leave them on my videos, that this is the best piece of engineering they've ever put between their fingers. That means a lot to me. And that, my friends, is what makes all this expense, effort, time, and sleepless nights worthwhile. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my future videos.